Hi Scorpio, welcome to your new love, possibly true love reading for March 2019. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Full disclosure, there was another reading that I did for this that it got weird. Not gonna lie, it got weird. And it was about you waiting for someone to end something. You were aware of somebody's situation. It was an online thing. They basically just wanted a physical relationship, and it really stood out to me because, and I had to check my own bias here because I was like, wait, what? And that's kind of offensive when someone's like, you really need, oh, shut up. Point being, per the cards, it kept coming through. I got the owl and the stork for the very, very end for the wrap up. And I got hung up on this whole wisdom. The birds are about chatter and could very well be online relationship, but a lot of communication, a lot of heavy communication, depending on how they're aspected. It's what kind of communication. This, in short, it would have suggested that wise communication is advisable in regards to either working things out or moving things on, moving onward from a relationship. And I got hung up on thinking, okay, wisdom does not mean making a strategic case. Wisdom is knowing your position on things and then being open to the outcome, knowing that you're presenting information that you've coming from just very honestly, like, okay, this is what I want, and having to accept either a yes or no and then leaving it at that, because when someone gives you an answer or shows you who they are, you have to believe them, right? But I got hung up on this whole bent about, like, look, it's not about presenting a case in such a way that it kind of positions someone to make a certain choice. That's about manipulation, right? So it was about not confusing the two, and then I felt like I started sounding all lectury, and it was like, ooh, I just didn't like it. So in short, long story short, too late, short story long, it was about you being involved with somebody that you really wanted to kind of develop, and they weren't interested because they were just getting through something. This was an online connection, and you had met in person, great sex, and it seemed that great sex, that great connection in that area would have been translated, or was desired to be translated into all aspects of the relationship. Like, oh, we have a really great connection in this area, it must mean that this is the person, it's gonna work out in the other areas, and it doesn't mean that. And I think the owl showed up to be like, be wise about this. Understand that this is all that it is right now, and if you want more, it's not going to be with this person. You need to branch out, back to the drawing board, aka back to the dating apps or the online dating, which is where you met this person, and see what else is out there, because all this person is capable of, because they come from a position of just having something completely leveled on them as far as an ending, and they're having to still deal with the fallout of that. And they were probably very upfront with you about it too, that they just wanted a physical relationship. And I just really felt like it was about someone trying to convince someone otherwise, and trying to be strategic about the communication, or about the way they were wording things or the way they were handling things, that was trying to position somebody so that it would reach a desired result. And that wasn't about wisdom, that was just about strategic manipulation. There was a difference. And yeah, so okay, anyway, that's what that reading was about in a nutshell. Yay, I did it under 3 minutes because it was a 25-minute reading. Whew, nobody's got time for that. All right. This was 5 of Wands, conflict, tension. Okay, all right. Now, redo Scorpio. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. I think I said that. Anyway, welcome. March 2019, new love, possibly true love reading, Scorpio. The Devil. Oh my goodness. This could be, again, great sex. This could be realizing, this situation just isn't what I want. It's holding me back. It feels like I'm being held down, or like, oh God, it's just going nowhere. I am finding, just so you know, this could be Capricorn, that the Devil is not always about some, at least for me, the way it's been showing up, there are worse cards. Sometimes this is the most feared. For me, in my readings, I'm finding that it's mainly about someone feeling like, oh God, this again, like this drudgery, this oppression, this meh. It's moving away from that whole toxic, scary thing to just like, oh crap, what now? All right. 4 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Ooh, 2 fours. Let me look at. Insomnia. All right. So we got somebody thinking about a situation. Let's move this up here and get it out of the way. I don't like that being in the way like that. Justice. Could be Libra. 3 of Wands. Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. All right. Scorpio. We've got someone that is taking a time out from the dating scene and or online dating. They probably are withdrawn and in self-preservation mode, or they're just very day-to-day solid about their routine. Things are very structured and safe and orderly for them. Okay? You, all right, Scorpio. We got 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 4 Swords, 3. We got 3, 4, 5, and then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got an 8 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an 8. Missing that challenge and drive. So are things stagnant when you meet this person? What's his 4 Swords about? All right, what's this 4 of Pentacles? Sorry, just trying to not be a 25-minuter again. Okay. So we've got somebody that does not want any drama. We've got somebody that's taking the time out to heal, to get some perspective. They might be in review of a past relationship that they had to walk away from because somebody did not accept an offer, or the offer that they made to this person was less than what they wanted. And they're like, you know what, that's insulting, or it's not what I want. You know this. I am not... They're just walking away in general from the dating scene because of conflict, because of disappointment, out of self-preservation. Maybe they've been embarrassed or hurt, or it's just not panning out. Either way, we've got someone withdrawing out of self-preservation. What's this Justice about? Justice. All right. What's this 3 of Wands about? I'm going to put it all together here. I'm just pulling the cards first before I talk, and then cards. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we got 9 of Wands and 7 of Wands. And 5 of Wands up there. Interesting. So 5 of Pentacles. What's this about? Oh, cool. Okay. That makes me feel better. Just because it's been a 5 of Pentacles. I'm like, what? How is that? Okay. All right. So you've got someone that's withdrawing from a situation that was no longer fulfilling to them, that they're just like, you know what? Self-preservation. I'm pulling back. There's nothing out there for me. It's the same old, same old. It's a conflict. It's drama. I need to take a beat here and heal. You offer that healing, ironically. You two are brought together to restore balance and order to things. It's going to be karmic, and you're going to be doing the restoring, and over time they're going to learn to trust you. It's going to be an adjustment for them. They are very kind of stuck on feeling disenchanted and disheartened about this, so it's going to take time. It's going to be a slow approach. It's going to be a slow evolution for this relationship. You tend to be patient and steadfast, and you are also battle-worn and weary. However, there's something about this person that you're going to think is worth waiting for, worth putting in the time, worth waiting to see what happens. You are going to feel like you can help this person, that you're kind of like, oh, I've been there. I know how that is. But there's going to be something about them that makes you want to kind of turn your attention towards them. Even if you've been dating other people, it's going to be superficial because there's going to be a developing interest upon communication with this person. The more you find out about them, the more you're going to kind of like, oh, hey, wait. And then eventually it's just going to be about them and waiting for them. Even if right now you're still actively dating this person and you were going to start to develop a rapport or communication. And it's funny because they're taking the time out. So how do you meet them? Probably through friends. You're probably going to meet them through friends. It could have been somebody that you did date. There might have been some involvement, but they withdrew from the dating scene, so you're not really dating, but you're still in contact with them. Still keeping contact, even though you might be dating other people, they're not. Okay. You're going to restore balance and order. They are going to also offer a solid, trustworthy foundation to you with no fluff, no muss, nothing exciting, nothing over the top. This is a person that's pretty about things. Like that sound effect there. This is somebody that is not into drama at all. Been there, done that. Just wants kind of a solid, stable, secure foundation with somebody they feel they fit with and they can trust. And that's all they're about. They're kind of quiet and reserved and introverted. What's this 8 of Swords about for Scorpio? This 8 of Swords. Eesh. This person needs to heal. Good Lord, they've been through it. I don't know what the heck's going on, but we got the 4 of Swords twice here, and this is their, you know, this could be also about them. You know, I have done this, I have done that. I am ready for a stable, solid connection that is no drama. And that they are all about that. We see that pretty much all right here. This is somebody that is just wanting to contribute and pursue and be a part of a stable, non-dramatic connection. And it might be that they're like, you know, can we just go to an island, you and I, for a year and just see what happens? I just don't want any kind of other shenanigans anymore. Nothing. No more. You're in the same boat, but for some reason your take on it's different. You are managing it better than them. So I think something happened that either embarrassed them or hurt them. Because whatever was out there, whatever was being offered, it just made them really disheartened and wanted to walk away. Whereas you're like, yeah, that'll happen, this and that. You're kind of taking it in stride, Scorpio, where they are kind of more like, this is for the birds, I'm out. And I feel like you kind of dated them, or there's some kind of social interaction you had with them. And then there was this like, it didn't go anywhere, and you two were still in communication. And then after a while, something about them withdrawing, you kind of still are reaching out and talking, and it develops from there. So it's not somebody you're actively dating. It feels like somebody you may have known or been involved with, and then it picks back up again. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. 7 heavenly virtues, the keys to goodness. That would speak to this person's character. They are all about being a solid, stable, upstanding person, and that's probably why they were disenchanted with the online dating scene, because what they would call shenanigans, like that was just BS. It was a bunch of bullshit. There was no like way to develop anything beyond just a romantic and passionate connection. I didn't have any stable offers coming in. I just had romance, and I wanted something more. And you're like, yeah, I know that can happen, but you know, if you stick with it, if you persevere, and then you're like, oh, all right, and then you're kind of waiting to see. And because it was online, there could be distance involved. It could be that somebody's got to make the move to be closer to somebody else. All right, Scorpio. Oh, nurturing and caring. This is the care that we provide others. We have to eventually trust that after we're hands off, that they will still make the right decisions without our immediate presence and or guidance. Sometimes this is about parenting and, you know, watching your children grow, and then like, okay, at what point am I hands off, having that kind of, you know, dilemma conversation. But this is all about the care and nurturing that you give someone. Eventually, you're going to have to trust that they make the decisions that are best for all involved without you being there to guide them. This could be somebody with kids. Some of you, both of you have kids that will be this. It will involve blending the families eventually in time. Certainly appreciated that this person would be about stability and security if there are kids involved. Okay. If there are no kids involved, this could speak to just a very nurturing, grounding relationship, and that somebody is in more of an advisory capacity. Like you might still be dating, but in communication with them, and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it, and this and that. And you're like, well, you know, you're kind of dropping some words of wisdom, and you two start up the friendship or connection that way. There's something about how you are able to be much more kind of take it in stride and this reliable source of communication, this kind of fun, lighthearted, yet there's some kind of connection and you both feel it. And you're kind of pretty grounding from them. Because if they're honest, looking at this, they're pretty disenchanted. But they're keeping their head up and they're doing what they're good at, which is being productive and going to work and living their life. But something about the whole dating scene has turned them off. And it's probably, like I said, to repeat myself, there wasn't a whole lot out there to offer them. They wanted more than just romance. They wanted a connection, committed, stable. They're a very stable, trustworthy personality, and they wanted the same. I think they find that in their communication with you. Scorpio. Be courageous. All right. Be courageous. I don't think you have a problem doing that. Is that because you're eventually going to be the one to make the move? Is that what this is talking about? That eventually you're going to think, I think there's something there, and then I know we've been just talking socially and how you're doing, but would you ever be interested in such and such? And it goes from there, and this is about making that first step. I feel like this keys to goodness, I feel like that's speaking about this person's character. Honestly, I feel like they're pretty darn solid. And there's going to be a balance between you two, which is very nice. I feel like you're offering words of wisdom. They are this solid, stable, grounded force, like just a good, decent person. Not over the top, no fuss, no muss, but just very stable and reliable and dependable and committed once they find it worth it. So, but they don't want any more drama. They have no use for drama. This right here could be speaking to the fact that you're not sure how to approach making the first move because this person is taking a time out, right? And yet you feel like there's this, like, I'm home, there's a fit with this person, but you're not sure how to approach it. And you're finding probably more and more increasingly that you think about them more and more. And you're really not, you don't want to ruin this connection that you have with them already. You don't want to ruin it by asking you to take it to another level. But at the same time, you're starting to feel kind of strongly for them. And that it could be something pretty big. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The connection is there. I think this is speaking to who's going to make the first move. Because right now you're in waiting mode or you're waiting to see how things pan out. But it might be you that has to step up because they're over it. They're over it. And even if they do feel that way about you, they're not going to. They're not going to step up. It would have to be you stepping up. I'm still waiting to see how this pans out. I think this devil you might be feeling kind of the same way they are. So even though you might still actively be dating, you're kind of like, what, I'm over it. It's just the same old all the time. It's just like, meh. There's nothing, I'm not going anywhere. There's no progress. It's holding me back. I've dated a lot. I just am not finding that person. Or I'm working so much that I can't invest the time to find someone. It's day in, day out, the same thing. Something needs to change because I just feel like, bleh. Scorpio. 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 Yeah. Yay. Okay, so we have an unexpected rendezvous type situation. This is lucky. Lucky what? Lucky communication, lucky connection, lucky conversations. So something happens to where, and I tell you, I was telling you that this person is still, like, you're still in communication with them. You just weren't dating them. It was like a tangential thing. But it's almost like destiny, by chance, happenstance. Something happens to make them go, oh, and start to look at you in that light. This is just lucky. It's just lucky. Things might have been upbeat and carefree and not really connected and just kind of whatever. And then all of a sudden there's some kind of, the way the communication starts to go, it turns in your favor. This is things working out by chance. Probably because you've kept up communication, or the communication you had starts to take a turn and you start to realize that you both are interested in each other. And maybe this is about you starting to, the both of you actually deciding to take it from just talking to, let's go out on a date together. And that's the first step of let's see what happens. This also has an element of feeling like it's unexpected. Like you're kind of both of you are pleasantly surprised by, that great date, this sort of just meeting for coffee, and then it might evolve into something more, and like you spend the afternoon together, and yeah, it's just, there's something kind of random and unexpected and surprisingly serendipitous about that. Just a happy accident, and it blossoms from there. Shutting up. I'm going to keep repeating myself at this point. Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. I like this so much better. I fell down a damn hole last time talking about lecturing. I don't like that, and I don't want to be that, and I want to keep to just cards, and it was, but I couldn't get off of that damn owl and the wisdom and be wise, be what. And anyway, pretty cool. It looks like a nice balance here. It's going to take a while, though. We got the star card here. It's going to take a while. But there's this whole restoring balance here. There's this whole component to restoring balance. You two will be restoring for each other because you're kind of like worn out. You're kind of like, yeah. And they're kind of like, nope, I'm out of the game. How's it going for you? Oh, I'm over here doing my stable, solid thing. And you're like, I'm about ready for that. And then it's like, well, why don't we meet for coffee? And then, hello. You see? Okay. All right. Shutting up. Thank you for stopping by, Scorpio. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope this happens. This feels pretty darn good. Nice, solid, stable, nice balance. Hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.